Hey, howdy, friends. I don't know if you just saw that same Twitch commercial, the Pro Bowl commercial. Who's watching the Pro Bowl? I'm not watching the Pro Bowl. Did it already happen? Maybe it's this weekend, actually. So this is probably one of my favorite parts of the stream. Obviously, is getting to work with you and getting to interact with you. That's a lot of fun. But this is really fun too, is finding the right office GIF for the stream. And since we've been working with an autonomous car simulator, I thought, hey, Lord of Sound, welcome. I thought it would be fun to start off with this one. So yeah, this is a great episode if you haven't watched it. This is Fun Run. All right, let's get started. So if you're catching up, we've been working with a system called CARLA, and CARLA is a autonomous car simulator. And what we've been struggling with actually is getting it to work, just getting it to work. And the problem is there's a lot of different releases over the past year, past 12 months anyway, and each one of them breaks things and really has been a pain in my side. And so it's really easy to criticize and find fault with it. So what I want to do is actually offer, with the things I've learned and try to go in here and fix some of these. I'm not going to do that today, but I will go back and go into these releases and fix or add some documentation to it to help other people that are struggling getting it set up. Let's see who's on the stream. Hey, Justin liked it. Oh, you haven't seen that, Justin? Oh, you have, when I first started watching The Wire, I watched it about 10 years after it came out, and I remember a friend of mine telling me he was so envious that I get to watch it for the first time since he had seen it over and over. That's how I feel about The Office. If you haven't seen it, it's good. Clear the lower logo. Clearing. Boom. Let's see. Hey, Jenny Merrill, welcome. Who else is here? Amazon Alexa, the Trinity. Anyway, so CARLA 097, not great. CARLA 095, however, is working, and I want to show you what it looks like. So if you remember last week, we had this terrible, like an 8-bit image almost, and really bad FPS. Now we're getting, well, of course, now that I'm showing it to you, it's getting low FPS, but I've been getting 60 FPS. Oh, it'll obviously get less because I'm streaming from the same machine I'm playing on. But yeah, this is it, 34 frames per second. We're going to roll around a nice VW. Can control it. I can collide with things, apparently. And one thing we'll do today, I'm going to show you how to get to this point at home. So if you want to get to this point, I'll show you how to get there. And the other thing I want to do is figure out how to get that collision data out into a text form. So I want to be able to get input and output data so we can train a model. So input data would be things like W, A, S, and D to control it, shift gears, whatever we're doing. But I want to know when we cross a solid line, when we run a red light, when we hit a pedestrian maybe. We're not going to try to do that. And the reason is because it's mean, first of all. But two, we're getting super close to being in a simulate. This is, obviously not real, but we're going to get closer, and over the next 10 years, how much more realistic will it be? Over the next 1,000 years, how much more realistic will it be? These pedestrians walking around, they may be us. So let's be real kind to them. Then again, if we could just bump them, maybe that's okay. All right, who do we have here? Lord of Sound. Does it have shag carpet inside? Yes, it does. I hope so. So if you do the simulator running, backspace changes your car. And I was actually trying to get it to a cool little Tesla before we started the stream, but I couldn't. There's a way to launch with it, but I didn't do that. I was just trying to switch on the fly. And then let's see if we remember correctly how to switch gears. Or sorry, how to put it in reverse. Q toggles reverse. Let's do Q. Let's do W for gas. Now we're back on our way. All right, so let's get you to this point. Now, one of the prohibitive factors of getting to this point is you might think you need a GPU machine, and you kind of do, but you kind of don't too. So what I've done is I have two machines running. So I have a lot of CARLA attempts here. You can see this is my EC2 console, but I have a G3S extra large that runs 74 cents an hour. That is the parent machine. In fact, that was 096 that I'm trying. This 095 is what you're looking at. But that's the one that runs the server. So there's a CARLA server, and then you can connect with a CARLA client. So the server itself needs to be on a GPU, but the client doesn't have to be. So I want to show you that first. So right here I have an M5 large. An M5 large costs about 9 cents an hour. So it is very doable. If you have an Alexa skill, you're probably getting the $100 credit every month. You can run this M5 large for quite a long time and not worry about that. You can also shut it down at the end of every session if you want to. All right, let's see if we have any questions yet. Virtual Lord of Sounds, we should use Python 2 or 3 with CARLA. Use 2. So I've tried both. Use Python 2 with CARLA. So let's kind of start from the beginning here. So CARLA Desktop, if you go to this link, I'm going to type it here in chat, https github.com jb9. If you want to get started yourself, I think they're good instructions now. So this is a way to do it yourself. It takes about 20 minutes. So you'll want to first launch and configure a virtual machine on AWS. Now, we're not going to go through that just yet, but I leave you all the instructions on how to do it. So the main key here is to use a pre-built, what we call AMI, Amazon Machine Image, go back, that has, the main reason we want to use this is because it has NVIDIA drivers set up for you already. And if you've tried to ever set those up before, they're a beast and they're not fun. This takes care of it for you. So we're going to launch that one. You launch on the server goes on a GPU, and then I have instructions for the client. So if you want to launch the client on a CPU, instructions on how to do that. So use Python 2 and then Ubuntu 16.04. Okay, and then this is the other part. So security groups. You only want to open SSH. You need SSH to get into the machine and to launch things. You only want to open up to your IP, so there'll be a setting for that. And then CARLA uses port 2000 to 2002 for incoming connections, so you want to make sure that's open to you too. So now, Lord of Sound, NVIDIA drivers, Lord of Sound and I, we worked to try to get this together where I could launch the server and let him connect. And I think we're close, Lord of Sound. Are you close? Do you want to try it now, or do you want to wait till a little bit later and we can try it this weekend or something? Post a link to that screen, the one that shows how to get the image and get it set up. Sure. I will do that. If you go to just the GitHub repo, paste that here, and blob master step 1 AWS MD. There we go. That's what you need to go to. And in fact, if it helps, we'll kind of step through this launch part so you'll see how to do it. So right here, I'm telling you to search for Ubuntu Deep Learning. Let's do that. So go to your EC2 console, hit launch instance, and then we're going to go to, this is where you might get tripped up. You're looking for it. Where's this deep learning thing Jeff talked about? It's not here. It's under AWS Marketplace. And now we search for Ubuntu Deep Learning. Next time I'll use, bookmarks are on full blast today. Good. All right, he'll build it at home. Good. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll try it. And I think, Michael Bender, if you're on or if you show up later, then let me know and we'll try to get both of you on. We'll try to get, in fact, if anyone wants to try it, I'm happy to do it. I just need to open up your IP address to my server. So you can get with me offline. Just do a whisper on Twitch or send me a message on Twitter. It's open at JB9. So Ubuntu Deep Learning. And there are a couple of versions. We want the 16.04 version. And we want CSV26 and V21. I don't know if you can read that. Get V26. Hit select. Continue. Now, if you're just doing a client, you could probably get away with one of these T2s. They're very inexpensive, but the M5 is pretty good and it's not bad, especially if you have a skill. Like I said, you'll be covered. You will most likely be covered. What is it? 9 cents an hour, 0.09 times 24 hours a day times 30. $64, $65. So you should be covered if you have an Alexa skill. If you're getting that $100 credit. If you're not getting that credit, let me know. Anyway, so you'll go to this M5 large. When you configure details, you can kind of click through this part. Storage is the tricky part. So storage is, okay, so one of the comments is maybe you do an ad hoc stream where we set up M5 instances and try to connect. That'd be good. Storage, add about 250 gigs here. That I think the software is about 125, but just say 200. Tags are just ways to keep up with your instances. So if you remember, I had mine named, so I give my tag a name, and I'll call it M5 client. Security groups. This is the one I was telling you about. So SSH changes to my IP. This is, you only want yourself to be able to SSH into the box. SSH just gives you access to set everything up. And then a rule, you won't even need any more rules than that. That's all the rule you need for the client. And then hit review and launch. Actually, before you do that, what I like to do is just name this security group. I already have a CARLA. That way I can add IPs, and any new instance I launch, I can just select an existing security group and click CARLA, and let me show you my CARLA right here. I won't click that one because it's got Lord of Sound's IP, and I don't want to share that with everyone, but that's all you have to do. So that launches your instance. Now, once you're launched, let's go into that part. All right, I'm going to close my VNC. You can see that the screen where we had the Volkswagen van is gone. Okay, so you have an instance, and let's go to our client instance. We're going to launch into it. Where's our client? You can usually adjust this, but I'm having trouble. Let's see if that helps. That's all right. I know it's CARLA 095 client right here. What's Lord of Sound saying? He wants an ambulance. Oh, Rails. Wow. Yeah, are you a Rails guy too? Lord of Sound, that's kind of what I didn't start with it, but I really fell in love with Ruby on Rails. And if you haven't used it before, I think it's still great. It's a really good way to learn programming too. And build really cool, simple web apps. Or complex web apps. All right. So we're going to hit connect. This is the command we're going to start with to launch into that instance. Now, in the instructions, I have this part too. So once you launch it, you need to go in here and set these things up. Just copy and paste these in blocks. Don't do it all at once, but copy that block, paste it, copy the next block, paste it. Again, it takes maybe 15, 20 minutes. Now, this is the part where you connect. We're going to do one thing where we connect, and that is we're going to do a localhost, like routing through our local machine to get the display from that image in the cloud onto our computer. And you do it with this -L command. So I'm going to copy this same thing. We're going to go here. We're going to paste. This is what we pasted from EC2. The only thing we want to change or add is -L 5901 localhost 5901. The first time you connect, let's see. Oh, let's try that. All right. So now we've connected. Now we've got this tunnel. Now if I go to, once we have the tunnel, it gives you instructions to start your server. So let's do that. I'm going to copy that and paste it. Let's see. Justin says, I love Rails. Lord of Sound. Nope. Looked at it. Got stuck in PHP land. Much happier with Node. Justin says, I use it to write Ruby to write scripts for my own purposes. And then Lord of Sound, I remember every recruiter and his brother were looking for Rails 10 years ago. Yeah, there's a really good company that uses it or that actually created it. David Hannemeyer Hansen, DHH on Twitter. He's of 37 Signals, and he was, I think, a co-founder of Rails that took the Ruby language. Oh, Justin probably likes Ruby from its Japanese roots, right, Justin? I think it was originally a Japanese language, but it's really good. Justin and I bonded probably the first time a year or two ago over Markdown. Remember that, Justin? We were both using Markdown to take notes, or you saw me taking notes in Markdown. Oh, it's a sweet little moment. All right, so we've got VNC server running. And let's see if we can... Oh, we need to do this first. Use this to connect. All right, now we can connect to 5901. Justin doesn't have Japanese roots per se that I think, but he speaks fluent Japanese and writes it too. And it's been over there quite a bit. All right, so we don't have anything because we are not running anything. So let's run the CARLA right here. We're going to run the CARLA client, which is down here. This is telling you how to set it up. We go to simulate and run a simulation. So we're SSH. Here we go. Oh, CARLA server is running already. Python manual control. So let's go to this examples directory and we'll run Python manual control. Oh, we need to activate conda. Sorry, source activate CARLA. That is in here too, right here. I'll change this. Let me change this right now so you can see those. Those don't stand out very well. Let's change that real quick. And if you find mistakes along the way or things that could be clear, just I need to be signed in. All right, I'll fix that later. Just do a pull request and I will import or I'll merge your changes. Python manual control. So there's our controls and we should see, yeah, look, nice. All right, what questions do we have? Oh, wow, Lord of Sound is going Japanese. Mats and Guido, modern day legends. All right. Yeah, Ruby is so easy to read. It's like, I don't know. To me, it reminds me of Python too, and its ability to read it almost like you're reading just prose. Like when you do a loop in Ruby, it's for car in cars instead of having to do some weird incantation of that. All right, so we're driving. We're getting 62 frames a second. The reason, I actually don't know. Oh, we're getting more maybe because we're on a different server now. So I've got server running on. Oh, nice bounce. I've got the server running on one EC2 machine, and then I'm running this M5. So if you want to run and you want to connect to my server, launch an M5, get to this point, and then all we need to do is just specify. So when I do this, Control-C, I can specify the host, and that's it. So I'm going to give you the host key. This is the IP address you need. You'll put it in there, hit enter. This will pop up on your screen, and then off we go. We can play and work together. Any questions on that? Oh, what happened to the VW bus? We shut that client down. Yeah, Justin took it. List.each. Yeah, they're just as doing Ruby in the chat. Oh, look at that one. We gotta have some fun. We need to figure out how to turn on the sirens. So look, there's a police roadblock at the end of this road, and we're in a police car. I wonder if we've stolen this. It really is GTA. Alright, so you see on the bottom left it says crossline solid, crossline broken. This is some of the data we want. I bet you something tells us that we ran under a green light. Something's going to, probably not here, but it will let us know in some kind of output that we ran a red light. Let's put some... so what we can do now is also put some characters in this world. So let's open up a new window. And let's SSH into this machine. And then let's spawn. So let's go to CARLA. What is it? Python API examples. Hey, Jalwork, welcome. Good evening. What is it? 1817? Welcome. Thanks for logging in, man. Man or woman, friend. All right. Let's see. Spawn NPC. Python spawn npc.py. I think it's just -n. Let's see. Oh, let's do this. Conda or source activate CARLA. Good. We spawned 100 vehicles, so now we should have some fun. So Jalwork, we have this running on a very inexpensive machine now. Instead of an expensive GPU, we're able to run this on just a CPU since we're running it in the client. Everything's being rendered and all the hard work's being done on the GPU. So if you want to join Jalwork, no one's joined yet, but if you want to join for the next episode over the next week, if you want to get it running, then all you'd have to do is send me your IP address. I'll add you so you can get into the server, and then we can all drive together. Let's see. Lord of Sound, I bet he played GTA the same way. Oh, you don't even want to know how to play GTA. It's usually pretty destructive. Okay, so now what we need to do is figure out how to get data out of this. There's our bug, or our beetle van. Let's figure out how to get data. Oh, so let me show you one more thing. So in order to make this like fit into what we're trying to do with voice, we want to be able to send commands to the system using ROS, the Robotic Operating System. This accepts ROS commands. You need a ROS bridge to do that. And so I've spent some time setting up the ROS bridge, or trying to, and it is very, very tricky too, as you might expect. So one thing with ROS is we have a version conflict. So I got it set up, and then it said you need CARLA 096 to make ROS work. So I've got an instance here, CARLA 096, I started today. It's not ready, though. Even still, there's some things missing, so it's going to be a little tricky to get ROS, so I think we'll save that. I think what I'll do is save that for a coffee session, which we've done before, where it's not like an advertised session that we do on this channel, but I'm just going to pop up on here like on a Monday or Tuesday morning or night and be coding, and you can watch if it notifies you. Let's see. No driving and streaming. Yeah, that's true too. Although, you could take this. It'd be really fun to take this data. So have you seen, let me show you Comma AI. Comma AI is, they like to describe themselves as the Android of autopilot. So autopilot is Tesla's self-driving system. Does anyone have a Tesla? I don't have a Tesla. But OpenPilot basically has a dashboard cam, and it hooks into your OBDI port and can get sensor data from your car. So they have a list of cars that it'll work with, and then you're actually training it. You're training the system. They're walking millions and millions of miles, getting lots of good video, and it looks like from the videos I've seen that they can actually do a really, really good job. So they I don't know if they use CARLA, but they probably use something similar to train it. But you could do the same thing, especially if you have one of these. Let's see where check compatibility. So especially if you have one of these cars, like I had for a while, Jeep Wrangler, which I know doesn't work because I tried. Not supported. But there are I believe a lot of Hondas supported. Let's just see if the Civic surely is. Yeah, the Comet 2. So I think it's about $999, $900. And I don't know if it's worth it to you or not, but it's cheaper than autopilot, and it looks like it does a really good job. So check it out if you haven't. Download an open source program and have it drive your car. Yes, isn't it crazy? Buy now. Let's see what it is. Yeah, $9.99. I won't show the videos on here. You can go look at those, but if you, yeah, here we go. I think we can mute this. There we go. So it's pretty easy to install. There's some things you have to do with the mirror, but they're basically doing the same. Well, they're doing a lot of complex things, but you can do a lot of the same thing here. You're getting more data from CARLA Simulator than you would be from this or from autopilot, but you're able to train models, and who's to say you couldn't use that model in your car? All right, got sidetracked. It's a bit scary. What do you have? I know what Trinity has. Trinity, you should check your truck and see if it'll work. You have a nice drive every day. You might need autopilot. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to figure out how to get data out of CARLA. I want to know when I hit W, A, S, or D and drive around, what's happening, and why can't I get away from this European street sign? Is that 90 kilometers an hour? All right. Okay, so let's figure out how to get data. We need to go to CARLA. Let's get started. This will be new for me. I have seen something, so if we look back at this, let's figure out what this is. Toggle recording images to disk, R. Recording of simulation, start playing, increments time. Recording of images is probably just video, but let's try it. And then Shift C and C. All right, let's try this. First of all, let's hit R to record. Recording is on. And let's change the weather to something brighter. Cloudy noon, cloudy wind, cloudy sunset, hard rain. Jeff, eventually we'll be coding up our own RL modules and trying out our instances in CARLA. Yes. So right now, if we hit, I think it is toggle. So P, toggle open pilot. So right now it's running some sort of model. I don't know anything about it yet. I just hit P. Let's see if this car gets out of the situation it's in. So right now it's nose to nose with the Audi TT, and I don't think it's going to get out of it. So I'm going to switch gears. Q, gas. Let me toggle open pilot or autopilot. I know I'm colliding with it. There we go. I'm reversing. Let's reverse quite a bit. It's getting pretty laggy now. But I think it's because I'm streaming from this machine too. I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't have a lot to do with it. All right, so I've just put it into autopilot mode. Hey, Urban Blaster, welcome. Let's see. Any more questions? 2018 4Runner Off-Road. Oh, let's check it out. I didn't want to give away your car just in case you didn't want people knowing that, Trinity. But now we get to try it. Check compatibility. Did you already try it? Toyota. Toyota not supported. Ah, well, it's time to upgrade, I guess. Does it work with Tesla? That'd be interesting. Comma Systems open source. That's a cool thing too. So it is open source. I've looked at this list before. I want to try it with mine. I have an older Land Rover that that definitely doesn't have capability for it, but I want to try it with it. So you can go in here and look for, look at the code, look at these models. I don't know if this is the models it's talking about. Yeah, but look for it and try to add your own. But then think about how weird that is. So then let's say Lord of Sound, let's say Trinity builds one for his truck. And he's like, okay, I think I have it great. I'm uploading it for the world to use, and now someone else uses it. I have no idea how they handle liability for that. Tesla won't go where I go with my 4Runner. Can you drop in the Comma AI code into a CARLA client? Drop in the ooh, that's interesting. From what I understand, yeah, there's a lot of Python in here for sure, even though it's Python 3. Can you drop in the Comma AI code into a CARLA client and run it in the world? That'd be interesting to try too. Someone that has an autopilot compatible car should do it. So like, let me just look here real quick. Let's see where the cars are. So Honda, car states, values. All right, so here, maybe this is the big list. That's not a very big list. I think it's just Hondas. Okay, so we've got some fingerprints for different cars. Odyssey, Ridgeline. Yeah. I mean, I like it. If I had a car compatible, I would definitely try it. But this kind of thing makes me nervous to do. Having to-dos in your open source self-driving car code. But I would still try it. Justin says, I reserved a Tesla Cybertruck. No way. That's awesome. I definitely am going to make a trip to Seattle when you get it. Is that 2021? I hope we're still friends then, Justin. What if we're not? I have to find a new friend with a Tesla truck. Justin says, my 2014 Chevy Volt isn't supported. That's surprising. But have you seen the new Cruise? The new autonomous Cruise looks really good. All right, I'm definitely getting sidetracked. So let's figure this out. Python API reference. That's not what we want. Let's see. We're just going to go the old-fashioned way. Get data out of CARLA, and I'll search for broken line. We'll be friends. I know we will. Trinity says, Justin, we can go off-road together, and my 400 can charge your Tesla when it runs out of juice. All right, broken line. Look, if someone wants to get this M5 running during this show, we've got 30 minutes left. We can make it happen. We can make this simulation attempt happen. Who wants to take on the challenge of getting these few steps done? It's okay if you don't too. All right, get data out of CARLA. Broken lines. A lot of scientific papers about things that are not CARLA. All right. We use the following settings for CARLA. Let's check this out. So this is from CMU, which is really good. Has a really good robotics program. If you want to go there, if you have kids that want to go there, if you know people there, tell them congrats. It's a really strong program. CARLA. It looked like they had settings in here. We chose the CARLA simulator and Logitech. Okay, so they're using a real steering wheel and pedals. That's really cool. That's something we could do on this show. Amazon Alexa, I need steering wheel and pedals to train. Open digital assets, that's right. Controlling the Ego vehicle with steering wheel and pedals. That's probably a good idea. You'll get a lot more granularity than WASD. That's probably exactly what you should be doing and not using WASD. Post link on Twitter. Have to go to the other PC. Oh, nice. All right, let's try it. We can also throw metal objects at the windows. Here, I've got Twitter open on this other screen. So let me paste that to you, Lord of Sound. Actually, I think I pasted it to you earlier. I'll paste that direct link to you so you can have it. 1 second. Yeah, it's the last message I sent. So look at that last one, see if that helps. Just click on, just go to step 3. Actually, step 2 is CARLA, and step 1 is AWS if you haven't launched that. AWS, and scroll down to client right here. All right, let's go back. We're going to figure this out. So where's our journal? Steering wheel and pedals, that's good. That's good to know. We probably need that. A lot of math that I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to try to figure out right now because that would take me too long. All right, so they're collecting RGB image. So we could actually do this ourselves too. We could collect the images ourselves. There's a pretty good library for that in Python called PyImage. PyImage, I think. Yeah, so it's a good OpenCV library. So what you can do is say, PyImage, I want to collect my whole screen. I want to collect this set of pixels, whatever it is. And you can collect it. So we could just collect the output of us driving. And at the same time, so we'd have a bounding box around this area. And at the same time, collect any inputs, whether they're from our steering wheel and pedals or our keyboard. And then what you do is say, this all ends up being an array. So this would be a huge array of pixels, not a huge array, but an array of pixels. And we would say, the input would be anytime you see this set of pixels with these RGB values, hit W or hit A or hit S or D or whatever the turn variables are. And ideally, what you would do then is look for there's no way that we have to do that. I bet you it's all built into CARLA, but because then you have to look for these lines and do edge detection. We're not going to do that again. That's what people did with Grand Theft Auto, and that's why they made CARLA, to get away from doing that. But all right, let's just see if there's anything else. So they're getting sensor data from the radar or the LiDAR in the car, driving data of the human-driven vehicle, so that's the ego vehicle, and then driving data of the other vehicles. So they're getting a lot of good data. This is all good for input data. Let's see what they did with it. All right, so they use Town 01 map. I don't know which. I think we're using 07. Clear noon for weather. No vehicle or pedestrian. All right, that's fine. 4 participants, 1 male, 1 female, 3 male, who had driver's license. So they have like experienced drivers. The drivers followed traffic lights and speed limits. Drove as much as possible for 2.5 minutes. Okay. Somewhere in here, I'm hoping they show. That's a really good picture right there. Somewhere here, I hope they show how they collected the data. Autopilot driving, that's fine. All right. I'm not showing it. I wonder too if the Ross bridge is. That's a cool setup. The Ross bridge is important to get that data out. It might be. I lost my Twitch window. Let me go back. Let's see. We can throw metal objects at the windows. Are we going to throw metal objects at Trinity's windows? Oh, yeah. No, that's a Tesla truck. I forgot that. That was the demo, right? And then it broke the window, which had never happened before. All right. So I think I'm just not focused enough on these docs here. Building from source. We've done all this. We're good, good, good. How to create and import a new map, generate pedestrian, record and replay. Let's see what this is. Record a simulation in a file and later replay. The file is written on the server side only. It includes which actors are created or destroyed, the state of traffic lights, that's good. Position orientation of vehicles, that's good. Binary file. Okay, so 1 hour of recording takes 200 megabytes in size. Let's see if we're getting any data from that. So let's go back to the server window. I don't want to quit it. We'll have to open a new window. Let's go here. The bug should be fixed by the time I get mine. Should I select the M5 large from the deep learning? Yes. The deep learning Omni choices. Yes. Select M5 large. All right. So let's go back to this. This is the root of CARLA. I don't see any. I don't see any videos. Let's hit R again. I hit R, nothing happened. Recording off, recording on. All right, I'm gonna drive a little bit with recording on. Oh, it's on autopilot still. That's fine. Let it drive. So still nothing in the recording. I wonder if I need to set that up. Let's think about this. So client start recorder recording one.log. All right, that's what I'm going to do. Let's do this. We have a client that's running here. We're going to stop it. And let's go edit this real quick. Whoops, manual control.python. General purpose M5D large 281. Yeah, let's see. I think you need. I'm not sure that 281 is in the chat. I think it's, but I see a 75 SSD, like, 1x75 SSD. I would do 120 at the minimum on the SSD. And then 10 gigabit, I'm not sure. Let's check that out. Launch instance, marketplace, deep learning, Ubuntu, 1604. What the M5, which is here, and configure details. Was it this previous window? Yeah, that's fine. You must have gone to the storage. Yeah, do 150 gigs there. And then keep that delete on termination, because if you shut this machine down, it'll delete the hard drive which you want. Otherwise, you're going to pay for the storage. It's not crazy expensive, but it still is a charge. I think it's, let's see, AWS EBS pricing. 10 cents per gigabyte per month. So you want to shut that down when you're done with it, or delete it. All right, we're gonna modify this Python file. So let's see, we're gonna modify it to record, because I want to see what this recording. It is binary though. That's okay. We're still gonna look at it. Let's see where this main is. Main is there. All right. So we're gonna say, I wonder if there's a record feature here. So host, port, autopilot, resolution, filter. Oh, filter. So that would give us the vehicle. We can filter vehicle.tesla. Let's try that real quick. Let's do this too, though. We're going to record data, and then we're going to client start recorder. Okay. Do we have a client? There's the client there. Parse events, stop recorder. Oh, this is nice. So world HUD notifications. So that's what makes the notifications. And there it is, manual recording.rec. So where's this doing it to? Let's specify this. So it's already recording. It should record. We're going to say record to home, Ubuntu, recordings. We'll do CARLA recordings. CARLA recordings, and then we'll put it there. And then we'll make that directory. CARLA recordings. And now we're going to do, let's look at one more thing. Filter, oops, so which is that? Control W, filter. Pattern. So -- filter vehicle.star. So Python manual control filter vehicle.tesla. I'm not sure why that doesn't work. Let's try that. Sorry, Jeff, the instance isn't eligible for free. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you're right. M5 is not. Well, I wonder if we could try it. Choose instance type. I'll try it on. I've got another account. I'll try it on this T2 micro and see if it works. The micro is really inexpensive, and if it works on that, that'd be great. AWS T2 micro pricing. Micro pricing, 0.013 cents an hour. Good. I'll try it. It might actually. Let's see. It might actually have enough to do it. We're gonna see if we have. How much time do we have? All right. I'm gonna launch it real quick and try it. We can't. Oh, we can't do it on the deep learning on me though. That's the tricky part. That's okay. I'll try. There's a chance we can make it work without the NVIDIA drivers and all of that, since it's just a client. But don't worry about that. Don't try it yourself. I'll try that and then let you know. Because it'd be really cool to have these on the free tier where people could just connect for free. Yep, that makes sense. All right. So what we're doing now is we are. Okay, couldn't find the Tesla. We're not gonna. I don't understand why we can't. Let me look one more time. Nano. Python manual control. Filter. Filter metavar pattern default. Help actor filter. Oh, did I type? Nope. Metavar pattern vehicle.star. So if I just do manual control vehicle.star, what happens? No matches found. All right. I obviously don't know what that is, what's happening there, but I do know that if we do this, it should start recording. Give us a Harley. Oh, a Yamaha. Oh, look at that. We're gonna go with Tesla. R. So we're recording now. I'm gonna put it into autopilot mode with P, and let's see what happens. So we're driving, and now let's check and see if we have a recording going on. CD CARLA recordings. Nothing yet. Why? I think we found another bug in CARLA. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe the recording has to be stopped in order for the file to save. So I'll hit R to stop it. Recording off, and Nothing. Okay. Let's just try to fix this while we're here. And we can't do a whole lot with this without getting the data out of it. Recorder binary file format. Oh, look at this. All right. Duration, elapsed, events, type of actor. These are good things. These are good things from sensors, but I want to know about the world too. Traffic light, animation. General note, Komodo IDE from active state is now free. Popular IDE with Pythonistas. One IDE for all your languages. Code faster, yada yada. That looks nice. Is this a web-based IDE too? One cool thing too, now that we have this set up, so if you set this up, if you follow the instructions to set this up and you have CARLA running, you can also run these other desktop apps. So if I had Komodo running on Ubuntu, I could just launch it from there and it would show up here. Then we can edit our code in a nice IDE. Okay, there's the format, getting started, cameras and sensors. Let's see about this. So we have, let's see. This shows how you would typically attach a sensor to the vehicle. In this case, we're adding a dashboard HD camera to the vehicle. All right, so here's what I think we should do. A better use of our time is going to be to try to launch on a cheap or free server. And we're going to try, we have to go Ubuntu. So let's try this. Ubuntu. I can do this pretty quick, I think. I don't want deep learning, though. I just want Ubuntu here under Miami's. Nope. There we go. Ubuntu Basic 1604, free tier eligible. We'll take that one. Continue, and we'll take the free T2 Micro. Let's see if we can get this done. Storage, I'm going to go with 150. Tags, I'm going to say CARLA client T2. And we're going to do, I've got a security group already called CARLA that I'll use. I'm going to switch away just for a second. Let's see. I'll just make a new one. That's okay. Create a new security group called CARLA 2. And I'll just do this my IP. CARLA. Let's see. All right. I'm just making sure there are no new questions. Launch. And hopefully if you haven't launched an EC2 machine before, this will show you how to do it. At least how we do it. You can do it from the command line, but it's so easy from the console. It takes just a few minutes, and this will launch for us or be able to connect. So you need a PIM. I already had a PIM, which is a private key, the first time you launch one. And I use the same one for pretty much all these little projects. I call it projects. So when I SSH into them, I just have my key that I can specify, and it works for all of them. Here's the key name here. But you can also create a new one for each machine you launch if you want. Your configuration is not eligible for the free tier. Oh, you know what? If it said that, Lord of Sound, I missed it. I bet it's because I changed the hard drive size, which is fine. All right, so that's running. Let's see if we can connect. I'm just going to copy that and open a new window. Let's give it another minute. Usually this initializing takes just a little bit longer. If it said, I bet it did say that, and that means just I've got a hard drive that it did not. I think it recommended a 95 gig hard drive, or maybe 65, but I need more. Hey, Ice Cream, welcome. How's your Friday going? You've had some busy times, haven't you? So Ice Cream, what we're trying to do is install CARLA, which I've got a GitHub repo that has all the instructions now. GitHub com jb9 CARLA desktop. I've got a server running, and we're trying to get a client running now. I've got a client running here, but trying to see if it'll work on a small machine. That way people can do it just outside of the free tier. But if you have a skill and you're getting $100 credit every month, it should cover you if you're not already using it for something else on AWS. So let's get this installed. And Ice Cream Code says, yes, I have. And I'm assuming you're saying, yes, I have had a hard week, or a long week, or a busy week. All right, so what I'm doing, copying from this on my left, copying the VNC, all these VNC files, all the files I'll need to set it up. There's a chance, since there's no NVIDIA driver, that we'll have some problems here with virtual GL. So if we do, that's okay. We might have problems here too. In fact, let me skip those two. It doesn't seem like I need it. It really seems like I just need VNC and Librand, and that might be it. So we're going to skip these for now. We'll come back and add them if we have to. Can you make an image? Yes. So I do have an image. I have an image of all of this. So if I go to images somewhere, right here, I have an image of everything that works right here. 095 works. So I can definitely share the image with you too. It's just you're still gonna have to have the machine to put it on. But yeah, if you run into problems getting it installed the right way, then I'll just share the image with you, or with whoever wants it. All right, so let's skip those two. Let's come down to, I think I need this one, maybe. I had a busy last 2 months, maybe more. Haven't caught up on the stream in a while. You know what, Ice Cream? I think for the past month we've been trying to get to this place today that we've got, where we have an image, we have a working simulator. So you haven't missed a ton. You missed a lot of frustration for sure. You're kind of getting in at the right time, where it's going to get really fun once we start getting data out of this and connect our Alexa to it. But the goal is to collect Alexa to this Tesla, for example, and say, Alexa, tell Tesla to run the red light. Is Jenny Merrill still lurking? Jenny, are you still lurking? Jenny is a new Alexa champion. I don't know if you've tried her skill yet, but you should try her skill. All right, so we are installing Ubuntu and Ubuntu Desktop. I'm not even sure we need it, but Jenny Merrill is here. Jenny, is it Freeze Dance? Ice Cream got to meet Jenny. Yeah, Amazon Alexa. New champion in our midst. Sorry, not an EC2 expert. It seems like you have to install all this stuff for being able to shunt the model remote client. Yes. Oh, yeah. That stuff is installed, Lord of Sound, on the image I made. So the image I made takes care of all this stuff happening on the right. But I've done, like, if you follow this thing, I've gotten past the trip falls that you'll find if you go through the CARLA installation. There's a couple of them there. They're not in here, which is good. But yeah, basically, I've froze the image that works. I got it sitting in deep freeze, and I can just pull it out, and then boom, you launch it on an. What you do is take the image. You say, I want to launch this on an M5, and then it loads an M5 EC2 machine, puts that image on there, and you're good to go. Let's see. I can never tell who is manning the Amazon Alexa at Amazon Alexa. I think it's a real Alexa device. Justin says, Ice Cream Code's a secret. Jenny says, thank you, Lord of Sound, and Justin Jeffress. Alexa champions are required to use a lot more emotes in Twitch chat. If you use emotes like me, like the way I do it is, I have no idea what they even mean. I just look for one, maybe that indicates something that I want to, like, what does this dude mean? What is BC Warrior? And I hit it twice. What does that even mean? I don't know. But I think Amazon Alexa has some good news about some custom emotes, right? Some custom stream emotes we can use. This part's annoyingly long, isn't it? I do think that we can save some time here. We have, let's say, 5-6 minutes left. Old school use ASCII emotes, yeah. I saw a good one the other day. It was it someone's location on Twitter, but it was basically an ASCII sword. Nah, wasn't it? Yeah, it was this one. How cool is that? Why have I not seen that one before? Maybe it wasn't their location. There's 3 lines. JB Nunn, not quite yet. We are working on some custom emotes for our Twitch chat. Good. Yeah, so hopefully everyone is clicking the little claim a bonus sign for being in here. There's little bonuses called channel points, if you haven't seen those before. Does anyone have a ton? I've got 1.6 thousand, but I bet you someone's got way more than that. Look, done, and now it keeps going. More stuff. All right, so here's it's not homework, but if you want to join, follow along, try to set up your own VM. If you get stuck, then I'll share my image with you, and then we can try again, either during the week or next week, and we can try again for you to connect to the CARLA server. It'd be really cool if we had 2 or 3 people on here driving around together. You see we have 1 vehicle, I think. Yeah, number of vehicles 1. But we had 2 or 3 people driving around on here. Autopilot's avoiding the little police road block. And then I really think we'll take I'll do a coffee session or 2 to get the data out of here, and then we can start building a model. Lord of Sound, we need some new emote car crash pedestrian struck by car. Ice cream, the only fun thing you missed, I think, is this. Michael Scott, feeling very blessed. If you don't remember or didn't see this episode, he's talking about how he's off to a great year and he just got married or engaged and everything's going swimmingly for him until he pulls in the parking lot and hits poor Meredith. But, spoiler alert, I mean, that episode's from 2015 probably. Spoiler alert, maybe 2012 even. It's good she went to the hospital with a broken hip because they found out she had, does anyone want to guess? Or anyone want to tell us? Ice Cream can tell us. What was the benefit? Then they had a fun run to support her. Alright, it's finished. Let's go back. Rabies. She had rabies. Alright, let's see. She got bit by a bat. So she got rabies from a bat. That was fast. Let's do this one. Let's clean up, and then we'll give this a quick test. Wow, Trinity has 4,500 points. That's a superstar. What'd you use it on, Trinity? Fun emotes. I just went to an Office musical performance that came through Monday. Ice Cream, that is awesome. I saw I was traveling somewhere and there was a flyer for one. I didn't get to go to it. Was it good, or was it kind of, eh? Alright, here's what we're going to try. We're going to log out, log back in. We're going to do that cool thing. We're going to disconnect. Let's disconnect this one. So let's go back here. What I'm doing is trying to run CARLA client on a T2 machine, which is an inexpensive. I like to joke that their Raspberry Pi is running in some big AWS center, but I don't know. Alright, try this real quick. 5901. Localhost 5901. Alright, and we're going to do this. Start the server. Better make a password the first time you do it. I don't want a read-only password or view-only password. Okay, it's going, and then we're going to echo that. I mean, this should work. This part should work. Echo display equals 1. I don't know why I didn't paste that. And then we can run something like xeyes. Let's just open this first. Let's open a connection to that machine. I'm going to open a fresh one. So 5901. And then we can do xeyes, xeyes. We should have a little pair of eyes pop up here. All I'm doing is trying to see if we can at least get some graphical output. We should pull our points and buy just some brake lights. I like the cast of the one on Broadway a bit better. Oh, I didn't see that one either. That'd be great. Urban Blaster, Raspberry Pi, and an Amazon Center. That's right. A whole fleet of them. All right, so it didn't work. That's okay. Not too surprising. It was a good shot. The reason probably is we didn't finish setting everything up. So let me see if I can just do this real quick. OpenGL. OpenGL on a T2 is not going to be good. What about virtual GL? Virtual WGL. That might work. All right, let's try this again. Oh, did we do this part? Yeah, we did that part. We SSH'd. We started this. I think it's going to tell me that there's already one running. Yeah, there's 2 of them running now. We did that already. XEYES. Nothing. All right. I'm not terribly surprised by that. I'll let that go. All right. So yeah, if before next week, before next week's show, if you want to join, then send me your IP. Get this part working, the CARLA desktop working. Just get the client working. Don't worry about running on GPU. Send me your IP address through Twitter, a private chat. I will add you to my whitelist, and then on next week's show, we'll connect and see if we can get everyone playing together, or more than one people playing together. Let's see if I missed anything. Anyone else feeling humbled by Jeff's insane speed? Yeah. It's kind of fooling you because I've been hacking at this old CARLA for a while, so you remember when I first started it, it was not going so fast. I can swap Windows scroll, swap blah, blah, blah. Copy someone else's code. I love it. Yeah, it is a lot of copy-paste. All right. Lord of Sound says I'll give it a shot over the weekend. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining. Congrats to Jenny for making the Alexa Champions. If there are anyone that wants to play with her skills, she can drop it in the chat there. And good to see you again, Ice Cream, Jawwork, Urban Blaster, people I missed. Thanks for joining. It was a lot of fun, and I will see you next time.